Hello, welcome back to the brand new session of EC Council Certified Secure Computer User. In this session, we will discuss securing network connection. As we earlier discussed a lot of things like introduction of data security, cyber security introduction, securing operating system, then we will discuss the securing network connections. But before we go ahead, we need to discuss about the network. So what is network? In a simple and a quick definition, I can say connection between two or more devices known as network. Yes. Or if you can say in a simple example, that is handshaking. If I'm shaking hands with you, then it's network. Yes, it's totally network. But in a technical term, the network refers to the collection of devices such as computers and servers that are connected together to share resources and information, and it will allow these devices to communicate and exchange data with each other. So the networking, I can say in a simple definition, the resources sharing between those two devices which are connected. So the network connection between two devices or maybe more than two devices, and the networking resources sharing between those two or those more devices, right? So in technical term, networking refers to the process of establishing and managing the connection between these devices in the network, and it will involve design, configuration, and the maintenance of the infrastructure, and that will enable communication such as routers, switches, protocols, etc. And the networking ensure that the device can interact efficiently and securely, and enabling the sharing of resource data and services. So this is all about network and networking. But if I just talk about the networking devices, so these are hardware components which will be used to facilitate communication and connectivity within the computer network. And these networking devices play a crucial role in managing and directing the data traffic between the devices. So here are some common types of networking devices such as hub, switch, router, multi-layer switch, or maybe wireless routers, firewall, checkpoints, modems. So I can just talk about a little bit about some networking devices. So like the first is hub. So hub is a basic networking device that connects multiple devices in network together, and it will operate the at the physical layer. If you are aware about some networking layers and some protocols, then yes, I will just use some of the networking terms. So yes, it will operate at the physical layer of the network and simply forwards any incoming data to all connected devices. So it lacks the intelligence to understand or analyze the data being transmitted. So as a result, when one device sends data to the hub, then it will replicate it and send to the all other devices connected to the hub, and creating unnecessary network traffic. So hubs are considered outdated and have been largely replaced by more advanced devices like switches and routers. So if you are just talking about the switches, then yeah, switches is the advanced version of hub, and it will connect multiple devices within a local network and directs data packets to their intended destination within the network. Then if you are just talking about the routers, so yes, routers routes the data packets between the different networks such as internet and a local network, enabling the device to connect and communicate. Modem, then it will convert the digital signals from a network provider into the format that can be transmitted over a specific medium such as telephone line or cable, and it will also allow the device to connect it to the internet. Then if I just talk about the firewall, so firewall provide network security by monitoring and controlling incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predefined security rules and policies. And the last but not the least, wireless access point. So it will enable wireless devices to connect to wired network by transmitting and receiving wireless signals. So these devices, among others, work together to create and manage the network's infrastructure, ensuring the efficient and secure communication between devices. So if I just talk about the security or maybe the internet, or maybe because internet is a part of networks, so yes, I can say in a very simple and quick definition, or you can say the one-liner definition, internet is network of networks. Hey, come on one more time, come on one more time. Network of networks. So what do you mean by network of networks? So as you can see, there are a lot of networks, right? There are a lot of types of the networks. Like first is local area network, or you can say the home area network. So the home network allow the computers to communicate with one another, and if the user has two or more computers at home, then the network can let them share files, documents, and internet connection, printer and scanners, stereo TV and game systems, or you can say the DVD and CD burners as well. The second is local area network. So the network that connects device within a limited geographic areas such as home, office or school. And LANs are typically used to share resources like printers and files between the devices, right? Then we have a metropolitan area network. So the network that covers a larger geographical area, usually within a city or metropolitan region. So these are designed to provide high speed connectivity to connect various LANs. Then we are having WAN, so wide area network that spans large distances connecting the local area network and other network together. So one such as the internet allow communication between the devices in different locations. If you are talking about the PAN, that is personal area network, or you can say private area network, such as like Bluetooth devices or hotspot, something like that. Virtual private network that creates a secure and encrypted connection over a public network such as the internet. So VPN are commonly used for remote access to private network, right? If I am sitting in Bengaluru, or I want to connect the US servers, so yes, I will use VPN to connect the private network, right, and ensure the data and privacy security is there. So these are simplified explanation, but that provide a basic understanding of the different type of network and their purposes. So the next is wireless network or wireless networking. So it is a type of network that allow the devices to connect and communicate without the need for physical cables. So it utilize wireless technology such as Wi-Fi to transmit data over airwaves, and the way wireless network enables devices like smartphone, laptops, and tablets to access the internet, share files, and communicate with each other, providing flexibility and mobility in device connectivity. So the wireless network are used to connect computers to each other without any cable. They have become popular due to ease of installation and the increasing popularity of laptops and mobile phones, smartphones or tablets, iPads, etc. And now the restaurants, hotels, business centers, apartment complexes, and individual often provide wireless access with little or no protection, right? Or the service set identifier is the name of the network. The all devices on the wireless network must use the same SSID to communicate with each other, right? So this is a best example of a Wi-Fi network. As you can see, so we are connected to the internet with the help of a DSL cable modem, and then we are using the DSL cable modem to Wi-Fi router, which is connected with the Ethernet cable, and all the devices like two laptops or maybe the desktop PC, mobile phones, smartphones, iPad, etc. are connected to the directly to Wi-Fi router, right? So yep, this is how we can see that this is the best example of the wireless network, or you can say the network adapter. So now we will see how we can set up network adapters, or you can say the wireless network security. So this is a Windows 7, but I can guarantee that you can just go through the Windows operating system. You go through the Windows 11 or maybe Windows 10, Windows 8 or Windows 7. The interface will be the same. So this is our Windows 11 system, and you can go through Start, or also you can go through the Control panel. So yes, right, and you can go through the network and internet. Then you can also go through the network and sharing center. So here you can see set up a new connection or network, and you will get the pop-up as here, right? So this is how you can set up a device. If you want to change the configuration of networking or something like that, So you can also go through the Windows and setting, and you can go through the Wi-Fi setting, or you can say the network and internet. You can go through the Wi-Fi, and you can manage your networks. So if you say there are a lot of Wi-Fi, so yes, you can remove your any one of them. So you can remove unnecessary Wi-Fis if you don't need them longer. You can also go through the advanced network setting, and you can also disable it if you don't need. And you can also go through the view additional properties, and you can check the details of the same. And you can also go through the control panel and change the network adapter setting. And here you can check the details, or you can also go through the wireless properties, and you can connect automatically when the network is in range and look for the other wireless networks while connected to the network. And you can also go through the security. So security type, no authentication, and encryption type, none, right? So this is how you can check the security level. And if you want to check, so yes, please make sure that bytes should be sent and the receive. That means you are successfully connected to the network. You can also go through the properties and just go through these IPv4. So you can also configure the IP address if you want. So you can just click on use the following IP address, and you can configure your IP address manually. If you want to configure IPv6, yes, you can also go through the IPv6 and you can click OK. So this is how you can configure the network or the network security. And once you're done, you can check with your IP address. So once your terminal is ready, you can check IP config. So yeah, you can have a look. So wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi or Ethernet adapter, that actually I have installed VMware. So that's why it is two devices which you can see that, and other than that everything is fine. So you can go through the wireless LAN adapter because I am connected with the router, or you can say the wireless access point. So yeah, this is my IP address. So the next point is common threats to wireless network. Yes, you know there are some common attacks which you may have, right? When you will in public Wi-Fi or maybe the public network. So eavesdropping is the first thing. In this technique, attackers can use a variety of tools to find the wireless access points where they can pick up on an SSID broadcast, right? So this is a eavesdropping. Then the second is data interception and modification. That means attackers who gain access to the network can insert a regular computer to intercept, modify, and relay the communication between two legitimate parties. Like I'm connecting with you, I said hi, you get message hi from my end. But if someone is there between you and me, so if I'm sending you a message hi, then the attacker can change the message, and he or she, whoever the attacker, they can change the message like bye, and you will get the message bye. So that is known as the data interception and modification, or you can also say the man in the middle attack. The second was data interception and the modification. Third, DOS attack, where attackers can shut down access points by jamming air with noise, or you can say the rerouting connections to dead ends or disconnecting valid clients. Spoofing, even if the user disable broadcasting or turn on media access control, filtering on the wireless access point, attackers can use antennas to capture user signal and determine SSID or valid MAC address and then use it to impersonate an authorized client. Then freeloading is there. An attacker can use the network as a free access point to the internet. And then rogue VWLAN. That means the attackers can install unauthorized WLANs on the network with ease. So what should attacker, or maybe the what attacker can do in a wireless network if he or she is using? So, they will read the email and instant message as they travel across the network. Then they can monitor the website that users visits. They can copy the username and password. They can view files on the computers and spread malware. They can disclose the user's confidential information, something like the credit card information or debit card information, right? They can interrupt the wireless services. They can implement the unauthorized WLAN. They can send spams or perform illegal activities with a user's internet connection, or they can slow down the internet performances. So the next point is how you can secure the wireless network. So you can perform monitor help in identifying heavily load IaaS server. So you can verify that access points are configured to use closest primary IaaS server, or you can also turn off the network during the extended periods of non-use. You can revisit the WLAN or you can say the wireless LAN network design for incorrect access point placements. Do not connect to the unprotected wireless network at public places. You can change the default SSID and you can change the default administrator password or username as well. And you can disable or turn off SSID broadcast for the network as it makes the network invisible to the attackers. So now the question is why I am using unauthorized or you can say unprotected Wi-Fi, because nowadays hotels or the hotel industry or this kind of industry are using the encrypted or you can say the authorized way. So what they are doing, they are not protecting the Wi-Fi, but yes, when you will connect the Wi-Fi, they will give you one login page and you need to log in with your the room number and the last name, whatever their policies are. So yes, this kind of authentication they are using in to protecting their networks, right? So that is the way that how you can secure your wireless network. There are some more important stuff which you can in which you can secure your wireless network. Like you can also enable the MAC address filtering to keep track of all the network MAC devices connecting to the routers. You can data transmission over the wireless network should be encrypted to prevent eavesdropping or interception and data modification, as well as the network level denial of services attacks are prevented by the user authentication. Then unauthenticated access to the wireless network can be prevented by using VPN or something like IPsec, or you can say the IP security. VPNs keep the communication safe by creating secure tunnels through which the encrypted data travels, right? And the network should be scanned using software scanning tools to locate and shut down the rogue wireless network. Like the Wireshark is there. You can monitor your network traffic. And then if the router or if the user is connected to the unprotected wireless network at the public places, so do not visit a website that require a password unless the website is encrypted, or you can say the HTTP. In the next session we will discuss about the internet security, or you can say the network security, and in fact you will get the demonstration as well. So the next is how you can secure your network connections. So you can use firewall as a software or maybe as a hardware. So the firewall is a part of the computer system network that is designed to block the unauthorized access. So it controls traffic incoming into the leaving the systems by permitting authorized communications, and it will hide the user's home network from the outside world, and it can be either a hardware or software. And the personal firewalls are recommended on all the computers, and it monitors all the requests coming into the systems, alerts the user and asks permission for allowing and blocking them. right? So some example of the software firewalls are Windows firewall. You can just check in the your Windows machine. You can use the antivirus program as well. Like antivirus, these are used to prevent, detect, and they remove malware, including the computer viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. What are those terms which we will discuss in the next session? So don't worry about it. But yeah, they offer real-time protection for files and emails as they are received. So the antivirus should be used at the server level. It should be configured to scan all the workstations, complete network regularly, all incoming and outgoing traffic, email attachment, in fact, the downloads, browsing, and etc. So you can use AVG, McAfee, Norton, or maybe Kaspersky, Bitdefender, or I can also recommend you can also use the Windows Defender firewall as well, because now this is the by default tool which you can use. There are some antivirus screenshots that how you can scan or how you can defend your computer, or how you can secure your computer. Along with that, you can use strong passwords, or you can make a regular backups. You can you know about the encryption. So yes, you can also encrypt your disk like we discussed in the earlier sessions, like Bitdefender, or you can say, sorry, BitLocker. So you can also identify a secure website as well, which we will discuss in the upcoming section, right? So you can just check the HTTPS icon on your browser. So this is how we can secure our network, right? And the general security practices for home networking. So yes, you can use antivirus software programs. You can use a personal firewall. Do not open the email attachment coming from unknown sender, or maybe you can also disable the script features in email program. You please never run a program unless the sender and company is a trusted source. Please keep all the applications, including the operating system, patched, right? Again, the turn off the system or disconnect its Ethernet interface when it is not in use. You can also turn off the JavaScript. Everything we will discuss in upcoming session, that how we can do that. But as of now, we are just covering the theoretical part, right? So this is all about the general security practices for home users, or you can say the home networking. Now, if you want to check the network adapters, yes, you can just go through the start menu, control panel, as I have already showed you in this slide. Don't worry, you will get these slides. So, yep, this is how you can check the settings. Now, again, if you concern about the Windows 7 or Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, so do not worry about it, because if I am going through the control panel, you will see the same interface as you can see that in the screenshot. So you can just go through the network and interface, or you can say the network and internet. Then you can go through the network and sharing center. You can go through the change adapter settings. So you can see this is not connected, this is unplugged, this is enabled, and this is also enabled, right? So this is how it will work. Then again, if you want to network setup wizard, so yes, you can connect to the internet directly, right? So you can set up a wizard according to this. If you follow these steps, yes, you can connect your network adapters as well. So how you will get the status of network adapters? So you can see that if it is connected, then you can see it is enabled LAN. If it is disabled, you can check that. And if it is unplugged, then you will see the network cable unplugged. And if it is not connected to the wireless network, so it will something shows like that. So in my case, you can have a look, change adapter setting. You can also disable or enable the status of that particular adapter, or you can also go through the diagnose, or you can say the troubleshooting. So the last point but not the least, how we can troubleshoot our network adapters. So the first is, network adapter is unplugged, then verify that both ends of the network cable are properly connected. Then if the cable is properly connected, verify that the modem and router are plugged in and it's turned on. And if both the solutions are correct, then you should go for the third one. If the user has more than one network port available in the router, plug the cable into the different port, because maybe sometimes it will not work. But yeah, if you are using the second port, then yes, maybe you will get the network works, and then the original port on the router will be faulty maybe, right? So you can also replace the network cable with a new cable, because sometime port along with port, the network cable will not work, right? Maybe the network cable is faulty. So please make sure that you are aware about these 4 or 5 points. And the last but not the least, the network adapter on the systems might have failed. So yes, please, you can turn off the network adapter, and you can also turn on the adapter, or you can also check with the restart your computer. Maybe sometimes the restarting the devices, it will also work. And the network adapter has limited or no connectivity. So yes, you will get these 2 points. So have a look into this slide, you will get a lot of more idea. As I have told you, restart the system, yes, that is the best option to check the network troubleshooting solve. Then again, the network adapter is connected, but the user cannot reach the internet. So you can check the internet is accessible or not. First of all, you need to just check. Then you can unplug the modem, wait a minute, and then you can plug the modem back in. And if the router is connected to the modem, so you can unplug it, or you can also reconnect it after a minute. Or you can also restart the computer, and if the user has configured the system previously with a static IP, so maybe you will require automatic IP address, as I have told you earlier. So the last but not the least point in this session, the network security checklist. Yes, you can schedule your regular backup of the data files. I will strongly recommend that you always change your network device's password in some time, like maybe the 10 or 15 days or maybe 30 days actually. Then you can also regularly update the operating system and other software with the latest patch, and block all the access to the internet network infrastructure from the outside world if you not required. And then you can also run performance monitoring software to receive alerts if something abnormal happens on your servers or your network. Like you can use Wireshark, right, to scan your network traffic. I will give you the demonstration in upcoming section, so don't worry about it. You can also install the antivirus software program on all the workstation or all the clients or servers which you are having in your network. Then again, the configure servers to scan both incoming and outgoing files, yes, and you can scan all the incoming outgoing email attachment as well. So this was the session about network security, or you can say the securing network connections. And in the next session, we will discuss the internet security. So don't get hooked, think before you click. Stay protected while you are connected with network.